Now, a former attorney is suing Tesla over claims that it reneged on its self-driving promises. Tom LoSavio, lead plaintiff in a class action lawsuit, says he paid an extra $8,000 for his Tesla models. That would be the Model S. That's in exchange for enhanced autopilot and full self-driving capability whenever those features were developed. LoSavio claims that 9 years later, the company has not fulfilled its promise. He says Tesla misled customers into paying extra by promising them future capabilities that just never materialized. Tesla has not responded to our request for comment, but I do want to point out that we asked this before this earnings call because we've been asking for a reply from Tesla for several days. Tom LoSavio joins us now, and we did hear a lot on that earnings call. Good to be on the program. Happy to speak to you, especially since this is a complaint that we've heard from a lot of the original buyers of Tesla. In simple terms, what are you alleging here? Because it was made clear to Tesla buyers that the enhanced autopilot and full self-driving capability would take years to really come to fruition.
Well, it wasn't 100% clear about how soon it would take place, but at the time I bought it, I was willing to give the company the benefit of the doubt that it would be done in a relatively reasonable amount of time. And I continued to harbor that belief for the subsequent 6, 7, 8 years, now 9 years after my purchase.
You hung on.
At some point,
you paid $8,000 and you hung on, hoping I'll see this someday.
Well, it was a hope fueled by statements made by Mr. Musk repeatedly to the effect that there's been a bump in the road, but by the end of the next year, we should be able to deliver the full self-drive. The hardware was already installed, I was told, and it was just a matter of updating the software. That was repeated periodically over the years until very recently, I believe in the last day or two, I think Mr. Musk in an earnings call said he's pretty much given up on
in fact, he
doing
did.
it for my model.
In fact, he did. So let's listen to him ourselves for a moment. Let's just take a minute to listen to what he said in the earnings call.
For customers that have bought FSD, what we're offering is essentially a trade-in, like a discounted trade-in for cars that have AI4 hardware, and we'll also be offering the ability to upgrade the car to replace the computer, and you also need to replace the cameras, unfortunately, to go to hardware 4. So to do this efficiently, we're going to have to set up like kind of micro factories or small factories.
This is a huge undertaking he's talking about. I'll point out that you were told that the software would be upgraded. Now he's saying your car, the model you have, is not fit for purpose. You're going to have to bring it into one of these micro factories. I mean, this is a remedy, though. Do you accept it as a remedy for what the problem is?
I think there's a story about Peter and the wolf, and Peter cries wolf so many times that people don't believe him. I just find it very hard to put any credibility in statements made by Mr. Musk, considering he's made the statements over the past 9 years that I had the hardware and it was just a matter of tinkering with the software. Meantime, I've seen Waymos driving all over the city of San Francisco, and I haven't seen a single Tesla driving by itself anywhere.
But how do you feel about the fact that your vehicle itself, and he's admitting now, the car itself would have to go into one of these micro factories, and do you believe that because of this admission, it strengthens your case? Because you're a lawyer, you know better than I do, it may not strengthen your case because he is providing a remedy.
Well, I leave the lawyering to my lawyers. I can tell you as the client that the statement that there will be many factories set up to remedy my car strains believability. I can't imagine new mini factories being set up when Mr. Musk has already announced the existing factories are going to be converted to making robots. I think, frankly, I think he's turned my car into the Edsel of 2026.
Okay, it is a story that we will continue to follow, Tom LoSavio. We will continue to keep in touch to see the fate of both your car and this lawsuit. Really appreciate it. And I do want to point out that, as I said, we did reach out to Tesla a few days ago. They did not reply to us either before the earnings call or after the earnings call. And we also invited them to be on the program, and they are welcome anytime.